beauty babes, welcome to my channel. I'm Maria, aka Agape Love Girl. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be doing a tag video. This is the part-time YouTuber tag. It was created by Monica AP. I'm going to be linking her video. I'll go ahead and link it in the eye. I'll link it in the eye as well as in the description box for you guys to check it out. But I first saw this video on Kaylee Wesley's channel. She did not tag me, but at the very end she did say that if you're watching this, consider yourself tagged. So I'm considering myself tagged in this video. Anyways, when I saw it, I thought it was a very interesting tag. I really liked the questions. I like these kind of questions that kind of talk about or ask you about like who you are as a YouTuber and who you are as a creator and things like that. I just find them interesting, and I hope you find it interesting too. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first question is, what is your main gig? Do you work full-time? Are you a student, a parent? Spill the beans. My main gig, I feel like I really don't have a main gig. I have a lot of gigs. I am a parent. I have 3 kids. I say this quite often on my channel, but I feel like every time I say it, people are still surprised. I don't know why. Mostly because people say I look so young, which thank you so much. But yeah, I am 35. I do have 3 kids, so I am a parent pretty much full-time, but my kids are older. They are 10, 13, and 16, so they're pretty self-sufficient. They go to school, and so I am home quite a bit alone, which is very nice. I enjoy my alone time. But I do also work, and I feel like that work is not necessarily full-time either. I work for 2 brands, NBA Cosmetics as well as Beauty Junkies. For Beauty Junkies, I do run their Instagram account, and I do create content for them. So if you have ever gone to their website or do ever go to the website, you will see that I am basically the face of their brand. And so I work for them, and then as NBA Cosmetics, I also create some content for them, but that's not like the main thing I do. I pretty much run their social media part-time as well, including their Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, just pretty much all the things. And I help her, the brand owner. I'm really close to her. I've gone to IMAT. She's flown me out to New York the last 4 or 5 years to work the IMATS booth with them. I've gone to Chicago to work the makeup show? No, the Women's Expo with them. I've actually flown out to Ohio where her small shop is to see her products being made, and I created some content there of how things are made in her shop and things like that. I'll link those videos if you guys would like to check them out. They're really fun and exciting. I really enjoyed that. But anyways, so I do work for them, and I consider it part-time, though it does take up quite a bit of my time. Yeah, that's it. Other than that, I do, typical parent stuff, and I do YouTube for my own, which I consider almost like it's not even really my job. YouTube and being a content creator is not my job. I get paid a little bit from it, from like ads and affiliate marketing and things like that, but it's minuscule. So it's definitely not a full-time job, but it feels like a full-time job because I do so much work for my channel pretty much every single day, and it takes up quite a bit of my time. So it's not a full-time, obviously this is the part-time YouTuber tag, but it feels like full-time. So that's my gig. And number 2, what made you start YouTube? I've talked about this on my channel a few times in the past. I can't remember what video specifically, but I feel like it's somewhat fairly known that I started my YouTube channel as an extent of my blog. I used to be super into blogging. I still have my blog. It's more like a website, I guess, but it's like I still call it a blog, but it's agapelovedesigns.com. And I did a variety of things on my blog, from crafting to jewelry making to headband making to outfit photos and photography and just like a variety of things. So I'm always switching things up, and like I never could stick to like a niche, which I think is another question in here, and was always just trying different things, and I would share it on my blog. I just love sharing things on my blog that way, and just it was a creative outlet for me. But I eventually started getting into sharing makeup and makeup looks and things like that on my blog, and I would always do like fun, creative, like kind of out there looks and things like that. And I would always get questions from people saying like, how do you do that? I wish I knew how to do makeup like you, which is so funny to hear because I look back on those photos and I'm like, my makeup was a mess. Why did anybody want to do makeup like me? I don't know. So anyways, but people always wanted to see how I did that. They wished I had a YouTube channel and would create tutorials and things like that. And so kind of based on like my readers or audience or what blog followers request, that's what really made me start my YouTube channel. Is just I wanted it to be an extension of my blog so I can share the tutorials of the makeup looks I was doing, because you know, I wanted to show people that you didn't have to be like a makeup artist or a professional or whatever to be able to create these looks. That they're really easy, and you can, like anybody, if I can do it, you can do it. And that was the main reason that I started my channel. But also additionally, I used to do YouTube way back in the day. Let me think. It's been at least like 13 years. Yeah, because my son was like a baby, my middle child. He's 13 years old. He's going to be 14 in a couple of months. So anyways, I used to have a different channel that I would sing on. I did vlogs. I filmed like chit-chatty videos about dealing with deployment when my husband was deployed to Iraq and things like that, and just shared like life stuff. So anyways, I was pretty familiar with YouTube. I really enjoyed YouTube when I did it before, so I was really intrigued to start a new one as an extension of my blog for beauty. That was a whole new realm for me. And back then, while I know beauty YouTube was a thing, it wasn't something I was super familiar with. I didn't realize the extent of it. So when I started it, I wasn't necessarily inspired by another beauty YouTuber or anything like that. I kind of just was doing my own thing in a sense. So that was why I started my YouTube channel. Very long story. I always make things longer than they need to be. So anyways, number 3, what is your channel about? Do you stick to one niche or do you cover a few? Now, I feel like on my channel, I do feel like I stick to a niche because my channel really is beauty and makeup focused, but I do go out of that niche every so often. I just feel like I have a hard time. Like, I would love to classify my channel as like a variety channel, although like really the main thing you're gonna see here is makeup and beauty. But other things I like to post about is fashion, and I feel like I wish I could say fashion and not mean fashion however he sees it. Like, I'm not into fashion. Like, I know all this stuff about runways and I know about designer brands. Like, I don't know fashion in that way, but like style, I guess. Style? Yeah, I think that's the better way to say it, but I mean fashion just makes more sense to say, I guess. Anyways, I like doing clothing styling videos. I like showing different ways to style clothes. I like doing clothing hauls and things like that. I don't do them very often just because that's kind of an expensive thing, and so I try to do hauls whenever I actually purchase stuff, but I don't purchase stuff just to do that because I can't afford that would be silly. I can't really afford just to buy clothes just to put it on YouTube. But I kind of wish that I could, because I feel like my fashion styling videos, clothing try on type of videos actually do a lot better than my makeup videos. So it makes me wish that I could do more of a fashion channel, but it just financially it's not realistic for me. But I do really enjoy doing my fashion or styling videos quite a bit. And then I do have a couple like not styling I've done crafting videos before on my channel. More recently I did I don't even know if you would consider this crafting or if you would consider this more of a style or fashion video, because it is clothing involved, but I did like a bunch of different ways to refashion or thrift flip shirts and things like that. But anyways, I have considered doing some like crafting videos in the sense of like how to create certain jewelry, because I used to do jewelry, like make my own jewelry a lot, and I used to make headbands and stuff like that. So I have thought about doing videos on those type of things. I don't know how interesting they would be to people, and so that makes me hesitant, because I feel like it would be quite a bit of work to put into filming it if it's not really interesting, if you guys aren't interested or my audience is interested in seeing it. But yeah, I've considered that. I used to also do like videos where I called them my naked vlogs, where I talk a little bit more about like faith related things, as well as just like encouraging things. And I don't know why I stopped really doing those. I had ideas for them, but I don't know, I just didn't put the importance on them. But I would like to start doing those again. I feel like I try to incorporate a little bit of like encouraging chatter just in with my makeup stuff anyway. So I mean, I don't know. So again, getting long-winded just to say that basically I do feel like I have a niche. It is makeup and beauty, but I feel like I like my channel to be more so just like more than beauty, more than makeup. I want it to be more encouraging and inspiring. I want people who come here to like this to be a happy space, and for you to leave feeling encouraged and just in a better mood and just feel good about yourself, and things like that. So, oh, I guess I should also say I used to do fitness videos on my channel. Not really fitness, but I used to do Zumba videos. That didn't last very long because they're very hard to film. And anyways, and I do talk about I do talk about my weight loss and things like that. So I don't know. I guess it's kind of variety, but mostly my niche is makeup and beauty. All right, so number 4. Did you always know YouTube would be a side gig, or did or do you ever want to be a full-time YouTuber? I mean, when I started YouTube, I didn't do it for like money. I don't even think I realized you could really make money doing it, but it just didn't seem like it how it is now. I feel like there are a lot of people who start YouTube with the sole intent to try to make it their full-time like thing. They started to try to make it full-time, and I think there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's really cool. And if that happened for me, I think that would be amazing. So while this is more of a side gig for me, I do think it would be really awesome if I could make it full time. I don't know if that'd be a reality for me, because there's a lot of things that I feel like I could do to make this full time that I wouldn't say I'm not willing to do, but I just don't know if I'm just really able to do. The thing that I feel like with people who are able to be successful at YouTube have a few things that give them a advantage that I don't really have, and I don't think that's a bad thing, and it's not me sitting here sulking being like, oh, that's why they're successful. People are successful because they have good personalities, they have quality content, things like that, but there are some things that I feel like give others an advantage that makes me feel like I don't know if I'll ever get there, because there's lots of people who I follow now and even enjoy, and I won't say their names so I don't want it to get like weird, but I just see them grow, that they're like brand new channels that have grown and exploded and gone so far and done so well, whereas I've been on here for like 5 years and I'm like so stagnant. But some things that I think give someone an advantage are like people who don't have kids. I feel like if you don't have kids, or well, I don't even want to say an outside job, because some of these people do have outside jobs, but I think a big factor, like not having kids and being able to film every single day and not having a ton of extra responsibilities, I think is an advantage, in the sense that like me, it's really hard for me to film every day. I actually try to, the last couple weeks I've been trying to film multiple days in the week, because normally I can only film one day. Like that's the extent that I have with my time, with my other jobs and my kids and other responsibilities. But I've been trying my best to see if I could film 3 times a week. And every time something comes up, so I've only managed to film 2 times in a week. And when I do film, I try to batch film, so I film anywhere from 2 to 3 videos each time I film. And so that's the way I could kind of manage it. But I feel like people who are able to film every single day, or have more time to film, edit, and upload, people who can't upload every single day, that's obviously going to help you grow. And I think people who do that, and it's amazing. That like but I just can't seem to do that. As much as I want to and wish I could and would like to try to do that, it's just not really possible for me to do that. Another thing would be being able to afford or purchase every single new launch and item that is very exciting. Obviously when something new releases, the videos that go up on that first are going to get the most views. They're going to, you know, and by that your channel starts to grow and things like that. I know that because when I'm sent PR and on a very exciting launch and I get, you know, put up videos on that, those videos do really, really well compared to all the rest of my videos. So if you're constantly being able to do that, purchase a new item that's exciting, get up videos like this, you know, right away, and create content like that consistently, you're going to grow. And that's something where it's like, being that I am a mom of 3 and have my family to think of and have other responsibilities and stuff, like as much as I would love to purchase new releases to get reviews up and help grow my channel and things like that, that's just not really possible for me. I mean, it could be if I wanted to go into debt, but I don't want to, and I don't feel like that's more important. You know what I mean? Although in the long run, I think if I grew and my channel this could turn into a full-time job thing, that could make it worth it, but that's also really risky because it could take a lot of time, or, you know, there's other factors that go into it. Like I said, some of these creators who do that, they have good personalities, they have blah blah, you know what I mean? There's something about them more than just the launches that keep people around and keep them staying. But obviously having new products to talk about and make videos every day, it's going to be very helpful to them, and I just don't have that advantage. So I feel like there's a couple things, but I feel like I'm kind of rabbit trailing and kind of going on and on. So what was even the question? Oh, did you always know YouTube would be a side gig, or did you ever want to be full-time? So anyways, would I love to make this a full-time thing? Absolutely. I think if I could actually earn money and be able to do this full-time, that would be awesome. I wouldn't not like that. I think that would be so much fun because I do enjoy doing this. But do I think realistically will this mostly be a side gig? Probably. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I sound like such a pessimist by saying that, but I'm just very real in my expectations. You know what I mean? Like, I hope to see that I can grow and become successful. I would love that, but I don't know if that's going to be a reality for me. So I've kind of just accepted whatever happens, happens, and that's that. All right, number 5, I feel like I kind of touched on this a little bit, but it's, what is your schedule like? When do you film? When do you edit? So usually I try to set aside a certain day every week to film, and I try to film at least 3 videos in that day. Sometimes the day is Tuesday and sometimes the day is Friday. It really just depends on what's going on, if I have an appointment, if I have to pick up my kids, or whatever the case may be. But I upload my YouTube videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. At least that's the schedule that I try to keep. So usually I will try to use Mondays to edit my video, and that way, when it goes live on Tuesday, that's the day I can film. So I've already got all that stuff taken care of, so that's a day where I've gotten, you know, things scheduled out, especially for work as well. Like Mondays are like my busiest days, so I'll usually schedule some things for work for the companies I work for, edit my videos and upload those and schedule those, and try to get as much as I can done on Monday. That way Tuesday's free for me to film. And then I will try to edit on, you know, a Wednesday again for my video on Thursday and things like that. And so if I do happen to have a little bit more time, which is very rare, I will try to film again either on Fridays, or just use that time to just edit the 3 videos that I filmed that previous time, if that makes sense. So anyways, the thing is, like, editing takes me so long, and I feel like it's my fault because the way I film things, I make things very difficult on myself, because a lot of times if I'm filming, say, like a makeup look or a makeup tutorial, or I'm reviewing a makeup collection, it would be a lot easier on myself if I just filmed the video just normal putting on makeup. But the way I film it in a way that when I edit it, I can put up the complete video on YouTube, as well as have footage for a smaller video that I can also put on Instagram, because a lot of the looks that I do on YouTube I also do on Instagram, but I also create additional content for Instagram that I don't put on my YouTube channel. So anyways, the way I do it and the way I film setup, it just is there. It's a lot, and it takes a lot of time for me to edit, and because of the fact that I ramble and rabbit trail and talk so much in a lot of my videos, there's a lot that I need to, you know, watch, edit, cut out, and things like that. And so if I were just a little bit more precise, concise, and to the point, and less chatty, they'd probably be a little bit easier for me to edit. But yeah, most of the time videos take me anywhere from a full day to almost 2 days to edit sometimes, because it takes the time to watch the clips, to put them together, to do the voiceover things, and then kind of rewatch the whole video, see where I can shorten it, what can I cut out, what things did I say that I didn't need to say, did I repeat myself and do I need to cut that? You know what I mean? It's just a lot. It takes a lot. So editing takes me a long time. And even the videos that I do for Instagram that are usually a minute and a half or less, those take me probably like 2 hours or something like that, which not always, sometimes they're a lot easier, but just the way I have to edit and crop and do the music, anyway, it just takes a long time. And so anyway, so editing, it takes a lot. Number 6, how do you keep your YouTube channel organized? Do you plan videos ahead or just film what you feel like? So my YouTube channel is organized in the sense that there are monthly series that I do, that being my makeup baskets that I try to do usually within the first couple of days of the month, then my beauty replay videos, which I try to get up within the first week of the month, and then I tend to like to always do at least one makeup I want but probably won't buy video. That's a video that I did end up making into a series. It wasn't one that I planned to make a series, but I enjoy doing them and you guys enjoy watching them. They became very popular because they're very similar, I think, to Samantha March's Will I Buy It videos, and hers are very popular. Just in general, that type of video is very popular, so I've made that a series on my channel. What else do I have as a series? I think other than that, I don't really have any like series type of videos, but other content that I create and that I like, that I plan ahead to film is if I receive PR, because I am someone who is very blessed to receive quite a bit of PR. And so if there was an exciting new launch, obviously I do put priority on that and make sure that I film a video using the new launch, new products, sharing you know, a look, a demo, my thoughts and opinions, sharing the collection and things like that. And then aside from that, I don't really have any major plans for what I film. I tend to just kind of film what I want. Like say if I got a collection and I did the first impressions video, I may want to film another video using, if it was a palette, using the palette again and doing a different tutorial. I try to do, which I haven't in a while, but I do like to do the 3 looks 1 palette kind of video, or 2 looks 1 palette. I try to do additional content and tutorials using products so you guys can see them in action. What else do I do? I want to start doing more. I always plan or want to do more palette bingos, but I haven't really made a priority for those, because there's always something else that comes up, or like, you know what I mean, because I only film usually 1, maybe 2 times a week. I only really have 1 day to do 1 look, you know what I mean? So I put priority on if it's a new palette or whatever, you know what I mean? So it just really depends. And then other than that, like I'll try to do what I call like filler videos, and that is something like this, that's a tag video. So today I've already filmed 2 other videos. I did this eye look, I did another video, and then that I really wanted to put on my channel, and this is just an additional video that's a little bit more fun. Didn't super plan it, but I saw it and I really liked it, and I thought, okay, this would be a great video to film while I have my makeup done. So it's another video that I have already, you know, batch filmed today. So that's kind of how I work it, if that makes sense. So I kind of film what I want. It's aside from my series that I have on my channel every month, that's that. I don't really majorly have anything set in stone or planned. I just kind of like to go with what I think will do better, and just put priority on things like PR or whatever, something exciting. But other than that, I kind of just film what I want. Number 7, how do you feel about sponsored videos on YouTube? Have you and would you ever do it on your channel? For the last part, yeah, I've done sponsored videos on my channel before. Mostly, I feel like most of my sponsored videos were pretty early on in my channel, actually, surprisingly. I used to be in this group, it's not like a group anymore, but anyways, there was this a group for like content creators, and the people who ran it worked with other brands and things like that to help creators get sponsored deals. And so anyways, pretty early on I was able, because I was connected with this group and these wonderful people, I was able to get sponsored content or sponsored deals and things like that, even though it was fairly new. And so that was really, really exciting. Yeah, I've done them before and I have no issue with doing them. So how do I feel about sponsored videos on YouTube? I really have no issue with them. And honestly, when I see people, especially content creators that I love, with sponsored content, I get really excited for them. Not always, but I typically will comment and congratulate them on the sponsorship and just be excited for them, because I feel like there is this like stigma around sponsored videos and things like that, that like making it such a bad thing. And I think like, why? If you really love their content, why is it a bad thing? Like, be excited for them that they're able to make money doing what they love, and they're sharing, you know, I don't know, I just think it's an exciting thing. Maybe it's because I'm a content creator myself and I would be excited to have a sponsored deal, which like I said, I haven't had in like years probably, but anyways, I think it's an exciting thing, so long as they're like disclosing it, which the people I watch do. And so I feel like it's always exciting. Like, people I always get excited for is like Raw Beauty Christy, because I just adore her. I think she's so sweet, she's so genuine, she's so very real. And so when she's like, okay, today's video is sponsored by so and so and so, I'm like, yes girl, get that coin, like how exciting, good for you. And I love how she does it, where she's like, this portion of the video is sponsored. She'll talk about like either like ThreadUp is one she partners with a lot, HelloFresh is one she partners with a lot, and things like that. And she'll kind of do like a portion of the video that's sponsored and then goes into her regular content. And I kind of like that. I think that's really neat. I like how she says it up front that it's sponsored. She thanks the brand. It's very obvious. It's nothing sneaky or anything weird. And I think that's really great. Another person that I noticed recently started doing some sponsorships, and she kind of does it the same way, is Bailey Sarian, and I just think that's really awesome. She does the murder, mystery, and makeup Monday videos. I love her videos. She also does just regular chatty makeup videos on Saturdays, and she has mentioned that before, like a lot of times her murder mystery videos get demonetized, so for her to be able to get sponsorship to earn some money to create these videos that she does that are so loved, like, I'm happy for her. I think that's great, because I would hate for her to not, or to stop creating that content because obviously they're getting demonetized. Not that like she's only doing it for money, and she said before it's not about the money, but you do work so hard, and I know this because I'm someone who works very hard on my videos as well. I know the time and effort it puts into the it takes to go into these things, and I don't really make money off it. So I mean, like, I get it, like the excitement of wanting to earn some money off it and wanting to be like appreciated for, you know what I mean, like for the work that you put into something. I think that's great, and so I think it's exciting. I have no problem with them so long as people are honest and disclosing them. So the only issue I have is when people try to be shady or don't say. But I feel like since it's become such a big deal, people are not really doing that anymore as much, at least the ones that I watch. So I'm just saying, maybe there's some people out there still being shady, but in that case, yeah, that's stupid, but other than that, I have no problems with it. And then the last one, leave it to me to always make everything so long. There's only 8 questions, and guarantee this video is like 2 hours long. Anyways, the last question is, what do you think is the biggest challenge of doing YouTube part-time? And I kind of feel like I discussed this a little bit already, just in my like why I feel like I'm not as successful and how I feel like other people have an advantage over me as someone like me. It's very hard because being part-time, like, this isn't my job, but I put a lot of effort into this like it is my job, and there's times where I'm like, is this really worth it? Because like it can be frustrating when you put a lot of effort and work into what you create, your channel, your videos, whatever, and not really see anything from it. In a sense, I think that could be frustrating. But like I said, I don't do this for the money. I do it because I enjoy it. But would it be awesome if I could make some money from this? Yes, and I feel like it would make all the time and work and effort I put into it a little bit more worth it. So that's a big frustration, and just like, you know, not being able to have the time to put into this like others do. That's, I think, the hardest thing for me being part-time, is that I can only be part-time. Like, if I had the time to film every single day and upload every single day and buy every single launch, I feel like I would be more successful, like other people I've seen become very successful very quickly. But it's kind of like one of those, it's like a vicious cycle. So because I'm part-time, because I can't film every day, because I can't afford every new release, I'm not going to grow as fast, and this won't probably become a full-time thing. But those who have made this almost full-time, been able to purchase things, you know, every new release and upload every single day, they are growing, and because they're growing, they're going to earn more money, and they're going to be able to afford to make it full-time, if that makes sense. I'm not sure. I don't know if that's like a weird thing, but anyways, that's in my mind how I think about it. And so that is, I think, for me, one of the most frustrating things, because if I could justify doing this full-time with the money that came with it, you know what I mean, then I would be able to do it full-time. But because I can't justify it right now, like, I can't do it full, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm just gonna rabbit trail and ramble, but I'm not sure if that makes sense. But for me, that's one of the most the hardest things about being part-time, is just that I can only be part-time. As much as I would like to do this full-time or put more time and effort into this, I just can't, because I already actually put in practically full-time hours into this to only really be considered a part-time YouTuber. So I guess that would be the most frustrating thing about it for me. But anyways, that's it for this tag video and all the questions. I feel like I went deep. It was supposed to be like a fun video, and I feel like I got kind of deep in it. So I don't know if this became like a little bit of a downer video, but I don't know, just being real with you guys, sharing some thoughts. But anyways, I really hope you guys enjoyed it and hearing my thoughts and what I had to say for being a part-time YouTuber. I am going to tag, I'd like to see Katie Marie do this video. I would like to see Lauren Dellaferra do this video. I would like to see Alexandria do this video. And who else do I want to tag? I feel like I always tag the same people. yeah, that's all I could think of for now. If I think of anybody else, I will link them in the description box. Also, just like Kaylee did, if you are a YouTuber and you're watching this video and you haven't been tagged yet, consider yourself tagged. Oh, Kelly, I would like to tag Kelly. Glam by Kelly, I'm pretty sure is her name. I think she would do really great with this tag if she hasn't done it already. But anyways, so yeah, consider yourself tagged if you're watching this and haven't been tagged yet. But anyways, with all that being said, I just want to thank you so much for watching. And until next time, much love and hugs to you. Bye, beauty babes. Mwah!